He used to wake up every morning. Without saying Bismillah, he lived chasing the world, money, people, and pleasures that never lasted. Prayer was something he remembered only when life hurt him. And slowly the light in his heart began to fade. But Allah never closed his door. One night he drove home from work, rain pouring, music loud, his mind lost in thoughts of everything except his Creator. And then, out of nowhere, the car swerved. In a heartbeat, he lost control. Metal crashed. Glass shattered. And in that split second, his life flashed before his eyes. He saw every sin, every lie, every ignored prayer. And all he could whisper was, Ya Allah, not like this. When he opened his eyes, he was still alive. The car was wrecked, but his heart was beating. And that moment, that breath, was his second chance. Days passed. Weeks went by. But something inside him had changed. He stopped the music. He silenced the noise. For the first time, he sat in the quiet and whispered, Alhamdulillah, I'm still here. He realized Allah had every reason to take him but didn't. And that realization broke him. Tears fell not out of fear, but out of love. Because despite his distance, Allah had protected him. He began to pray again. Not because someone told him to, but because he finally wanted to. Every sajda became a thank you. Every tear became a confession. And every astaghfirullah carried the weight of 1,000 regrets. But it wasn't easy. The whispers of shaitan returned. You think you can change now? You think Allah will forgive you after all that? And some nights he believed those lies. But then he'd open the Quran and find verses like, Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins in Surah Az-Zumar 39:53. Those words became his lifeline. He learned that Allah's mercy doesn't just forgive, it restores. It doesn't just wipe away sins, it rebuilds souls. So he kept walking. Some days crawling, some days running, but always moving back to Allah. And then one morning while standing in prayer, he realized something. It wasn't the accident that changed him. It was Allah, who used the accident to wake his soul, because sometimes Allah doesn't send punishment. He sends reminders. He shakes your life not to destroy it, but to save it. Years later, he looked back and smiled. He wasn't perfect. He still stumbled. But his heart was no longer empty. It was alive. And every time he stood in sujud, he'd whisper, Ya Allah, thank you for not giving up on me when I gave up on you. That's the mercy of Allah. He gives you air when you disobey. He gives you food when you forget Him. And when you return, He welcomes you as if you never left. So if you're watching this feeling broken, distant, or too far gone, know this. You are one sincere astaghfirullah away from a new life. One tear away from forgiveness. One sajda away from peace. Allah hasn't given up on you. That's why you're hearing these words right now. Our Patreon link is in our description and comments.